So what else is new in the Cochrane Collaboration? We've recently hired an editor-in-chief whose name is David Tovey. He was appointed in late 2008. His background is he's a clinician and he worked with BMJ Clinical Evidence, and we're very pleased to have him working with us in Cochrane. He is wanting to focus particularly on ensuring quality in Cochrane Reviews, and one of the areas I think that we're interested in is the quality of searches. I have a particularly passionate interest in the quality of searches in Cochrane Reviews, and that's something that I'm planning to take forward. I've already written a project proposal to do an audit of the quality of search strategies in Cochrane Reviews, and I'm trying to get this audit organised at the moment. Another of his key areas is updating Cochrane Reviews. As I've said earlier, one of the key differences about Cochrane Reviews in comparison with other reviews is that we try and keep the Cochrane Reviews up to date. But when I say try, I do mean try. We're not as good at that as we need to be. We need to be smarter about the way we do that, and that is something that he is actively looking at the moment. I've already mentioned feedback on Cochrane Reviews and how we're pretty unique about the way that we encourage and facilitate feedback. Again, we'd like to improve the way that that's done. Web access is a priority. You may have noticed that the Cochrane Library website and the Collaboration's website, cochrane.org, have both been relaunched recently, and there are a number of ongoing developments in both of those areas. So if you want to find out more about the plans for the editorial unit, you've got the URL there at the bottom of the slide. Cochrane Response is something else that David's very keen to get going. Cochrane has been traditionally very bottom up, if you like, in the way we approach Cochrane Reviews. We don't sort of commission reviews like ARC or other organisations. What we do is we build on the enthusiasm of individuals who come to us and say, I am a doctor working in the area of X, I think there is uncertainty about how to treat Y, I want to know what the evidence is in this and I'd like to do a Cochrane review on it, can you help me do that? That's in essence how Cochrane works. But there are, of course, any number of organisations out there responding to calls for funded calls to do systematic reviews and health technology assessments. And really, we feel that we're in a pretty good position to bid for some of that work, and that's something that we're wanting to do in the future. So we're calling that Cochrane Response. And in essence, it's a brokerage between commissioners of reviews and the Cochrane review groups who would be very well placed to do that. We're also looking at what we're calling Cochrane PICOs, which will be concise, readable, digestible and actionable summaries of reviews. The interface between Cochrane Reviews and electronic patient records is something that David is looking at. We've had podcasts since January 2008. How many of you have listened to a Cochrane podcast? Oh dear, oh dear, right, okay. So that's something that you all need to do when you go back. I have to say they are really quite good. They're usually by one of the authors of the Cochrane Review. They're very short and they're very easy to understand. The ones that I've listened to I've really felt have been very interesting. So I really would recommend that you follow those up. You can get RSS feeds from Cochrane, from the Cochrane Library. You can get editorials, special collections, and highlights of new and updated Cochrane reviews. From Cochrane.org, i.e. the openly accessible Cochrane Collaboration website, that's where you find the podcasts, workshops and news items. We have a presence on Facebook for those of you who might wish to know that, and also Twitter. So, Cochrane Journal Club. I know journal clubs are an interest of many medical librarians, and that's something, again, that we've launched recently. It's a free monthly electronic publication from our website based on a Cochrane review, a recent Cochrane review, and it provides you with relevant background information and related resources. There are podcasts by the authors explaining the key points of the review. discussion questions to help explore the review methods and findings in more detail. There are downloadable PowerPoint slides containing key figures and tables. They focus on reviews of special interest, such as a review that will change practice or one that employs a new statistical method, and there are 8 issues currently available. So I would certainly suggest that that might be something that you might want to do within your sort of medical library community, you know, as opposed to, I know some of you do journal clubs within your librarian teams where you choose sort of library science type articles. I would certainly recommend that one of these times you look at a Cochrane review, because it also, I think, would help you get your head around the complexities of a Cochrane review. And I do recognise that Cochrane reviews are more complex than many publications that you have to deal with. And I think that you would find this helpful in getting your head around the content of a Cochrane review.